Hello, you're back with Miss Simone and it's our Year 1 Phonics Lesson 9. So we've been working super hard, we've learnt lots of digraphs and time to learn some more. Let's have a look. Your homework from yesterday was to have a look at our double O says oo in moon and boot and noon and spoon. And I wanted you to write those words out and then dot dash dive and practice reading them. So you should be able to read some of these words a little bit more easily than you could yesterday. Boot, boot, oon, noon. Good job, you can keep practicing those words. So here was our homework sheet, and I also asked you to write this sentence: the cat was in a bad mood on the roof. And I said I was really excited about seeing the pictures that you drew. Here's my picture. Can you see the grumpy face on our cat? I don't know why he's so grumpy. It's a beautiful sunny day. Maybe he's just not a very happy cat. Or maybe he's trapped on the roof and he needs someone to get a ladder and come and save him. Or maybe he's so grumpy everyone thought, we'll just leave him on the roof. Who knows? Maybe you can think up a story why your cat is being grumpy and is stuck on the roof, and you could tell someone in your house. Time now for some phonological awareness. I'd like you to switch your listening ears on. If you'd like to stand up with me, you can, and let's pop your hands out in front. We're going to start with one hand, so we're going to start with a word. I'll give you the word eat. Then we're going to add a sound, s, eat, seat. Let's see if we can do that one together. Say eat, eat, add s, eat, seat. Say eat, eat, add eat, meat. Say eat, eat, add eat, peat. Say eat, eat, add eat, feet. Say eat, eat, add eat, cheat. Say eat, eat, add eat, beat. Great work. It's my favourite rhyming one again. So this time we're going to play around. I'm going to give you some nonsense words that rhyme with fruit. So there's some fruit you might like to eat. See if you can work it out. So if I say, I like to eat zapples, you could say not zapples, apples. So are we ready? First word, zapples. Not zapples, apples. Next word, bango. Not bango, mango. I also like to eat a nice juicy geach. Not geach, peach. How about, I'd really like some lion apple. Not lion apple, pineapple. How about a green juicy nair? Not nair, pear. Two more. I'd like a bunch of trapes. Not trapes, grapes. And finally, I'd like to peel a banana. Not a banana, a banana. How did you go? Did you think of all those rhyming fruits? I hope so. It's made me a little bit hungry. I wouldn't mind some apple and mango and banana. Time now for us to have a look at some of the definitions that we've been working on. So our first one, a phoneme is a single sound in a word. Say that with me. A phoneme is a single sound in a word. Good job. A grapheme is a letter or group of letters that represent a single sound. You say that with me. A grapheme is a letter or group of letters that represent a single sound. Good work. A digraph is two letters together that represent one sound. Can you say that with me? A digraph is two letters together that represent one sound. Lovely. And our new one, a syllable is a beat in a word. I say new one, we've actually had two new ones, haven't we? Our other new word is homophone. So do you remember? A homophone is two or more words that sound the same but have different meanings. So we can have see and see. Yesterday we talked about tea and meat. There's lots and lots of them. Let's have a read through our phoneme grapheme cards. O-Y, boy, oi. Remember to say them with me. A-I, rain, A. C-K, duck, K. O, orange, O. T-H, thumb, Th. S-H, shell, sh. T-H, feather, th. C-H, cheese, ch. H, hat, h. P, pig, p. N-G, ring, ng. W-H, whale, w. Q-U, queen, qu. O-I, coin, oi. A-Y, play, a. B, bed, b. Double E, feet, e. Y at the end of a word, happy, e. E-A, eat, e. Double O, moon, oo. That's our new one that we just learnt recently, isn't it? Now we're going to have a practice with some words that we can't always sound out. You ready? I'm just going to go through these quickly, but if you find them tricky, you can rewind and practice this as many times as you like. They're all mixed up today too. We, be, me, she, he, I, so, the, is, as, said, do, for, his, was, no, her, go, all, one, here, have. So you keep practicing those words. Now it's time for us to review the most recent digraphs that we've been learning. So these are the digraphs that we're going to be reading in a moment. We've got double O says oo, E-A says e, O-Y says oi at the end of a word, O-I says oi in the middle of a word, and Y at the end of a two-syllable word says the E sound. So let's have a look at the words that we're going to be reviewing. I'm going to stick with my green texter. So we have here snoop, snoop, snoop. When you have a sneaky look at something, you have a snoop. Next word, oi, employ, give someone a job. Employ, good reading. Troop, say the word, troop, good job. Leash, leash, good job. Let's read those words together. Snoop, employ, troop, leash. Fluently. Snoop, employ, troop, leash. Let's have a look at our next row. E, fifth, e. How many syllables? 50. 50. That's a pretty big number. Wouldn't mind $50. Let's have a look at the next word. Plead. Plead. I plead you. I beg you. $50. Is it working? No? That's all right. Let's keep going. 50. Plead. Let's look at our next word. Oink. Oink. Can you do it? Can you? Let me hear. Yeah, good. Bloom. Bloom. Let's read them together. 50. Plead. oink, bloom. Again, 50, plead, oink, bloom. Next row, k, o, n, v, oi, convoy. That's a tricky one. Convoy. 2 syllables. Oist, oist, hoist, hoist. Hoist means lift something up, like a flag up a flagpole. Swoop, swoop, swoop. Speak, speak, speak. Let's read them together. Convoy, hoist, swoop, speak. Again, convoy, hoist, swoop, speak. Last row. Room. Stream, stream, empty, empty. And our last word, koi, koi. Can you remember what koi meant? You remember? It meant shy, didn't it? Good job. Let's read that row again. Room, stream, empty, koi. I would like you to find a word. This is quite scary if it's ever happened to you. It hasn't happened to me, but it happens to my son. You're walking along and a magpie comes down, just misses you. Have a look in this row. See if you can find the word that the magpie is doing. Swoop. Did you find that word? Swoop. Good job. This is something that I put on my dogs when I go for a walk so that they don't run on the road. Have a look in the first row. Do I put a snoop on my dogs? No. Employ, troop, leash? Yes, I put a leash. Sometimes we call it a lead. It's the same thing. Good job and great reading. And now it's time for you to do some spelling. So I'm going to make a pause face. And while I'm paused, you have to pause me when I make my face. Get ready. And go and get a pen and something to write with. Are you ready? Pause now. Excellent work. Let's get ready with our sound bank. Let's write the sounds that you're going to need to spell these words on the top of your page. So we're going to need double O says oo in moon. E-A says E in eat. Oi says oi in boy. Oi says oi in coin. Y says E in happy. Our first word is loop. Let's run around in a loop. Loop. Say the word with me. Loop. Oop. You have a go at writing loop at home. If you're not sure, you can have a sneaky look at me, but try and write it by yourself. See how you go. Loop. Does your loop look like mine? If it does, we need a tick. And our next word is reach. Something was up really high and I couldn't reach. Reach. Say the word with me. Reach. Reach. E-ch. Can you get your fingers up? Let me see your phoneme fingers up. E-ch. Let's go. E-ch. E-ch. You have a go at writing reach. Reach. E-ch. Reach. Good job. Give yourselves a tick. Our next word is enjoy. Enjoy. Say it with me. Enjoy. E-n-j-oy. Get your phoneme fingers. Let's do that together. E-n-j-oy. See oi sound at the end of the word? It is. So we're going to use this oi, aren't we? Oh, let's do it down here. E-n-j-oy. You have a go at writing enjoy. E-n-j-oy. Enjoy. Give yourselves a tick. And our last word, I'm going to write it over here. I might write it in red so it's easy to see. And the last word, I like this word, is pointy. The edges of the desk are really pointy. You ready? Say it with me, pointy. Well, let's use our phoneme fingers. P, oi, n, t, e. Ha. Let's do that with our phoneme fingers. P, oi, n, t, e. Ha. There's a couple of things here. P, oi. We've got oi in the middle of a word, so we're going to use this oi, aren't we? Oi, n, t, e at the end of a word. Oi, n, t, e. You have a go at writing pointy. Oi, n, t, e. Does your pointy look like my pointy? If it does, give yourselves a tick. If it doesn't, fix it up and then give yourselves a tick and make sure you show someone at home. Now, it's time for our new sound, and I've got some really good news. I felt like you've been working so hard that we need to just take it a little bit easy today. So today, does this look like the same digraph as yesterday? It looks like the same digraph. The digraphs look the same, don't they? You listen to this word, moon, m-oo. Now listen to this. What's this a picture of? It's a book. The o. So here we have the double O makes an o sound. Look, book, took, nook, crook. There's lots of o words. Same digraph, different pronunciation. So we say it in a different way. We'll pop that up here. Let's say that a couple of times together. Double O, book, o. Can you say that with me? Double O, book, o. Good job. Let's do some sky writing together. So we're going to write double O says o in book. We ready? Double O says o in book. Double O says o in book. Great work. Time to stand up and do some kung fu spelling words so we can hear some more of those o words. So are we ready? We'll bow, punch it out, bow. Our first word is book. Book. B-ook. Book. Wood. Wood. W-o-d. Wood. K-r-ook. Crook. Our next word is foot. 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 Now it's time for us to have a look at some words that have the double O in them. Our first word is our keyword. B-o-k. Book. Good job. N-ook. N-ook. Nook. That's a word you don't hear very often. A nook is like a nice little cosy place where you can sit and read a book. Read a book in a nook. Okay, next word. S-oot. Soot. Soot. L-ook. L-ook. Look. Okay, let's read this row again together. Book, nook, soot, look. Book, nook, soot, look. Great job. W-o-ul. Wool. T-ook. Took. Took. Sh-ook. Shook. Shook. H-o-d. Hood. Put your hood on. Let's read that row together. Wool, took, shook, hood. And again, wool, took, shook, hood. Last row. It's one of my favourite words. Good job. Have you noticed I say that quite a bit? G-o-d. Good. B-r-ook. Brook. Brook. K-r-ook. crook. And finally, woof. Let's read this row again. Good, brook, crook, woof. And again, good, brook, crook, woof. I would like you to have a look at these words and see if you can find a word that is the black stuff you get after a fire. So you might get it on your face or on your hands or on the floor if you've got a fireplace at your house. Have a look in the first row. What's the black stuff from a fire? Book, nook, soot, soot, soot. The black sooty stuff you get from the fireplace. Can you find another word in the last row? And it's sort of like another word for a little creek, when the creek's just babbling and it's just little and gentle. Is that a babbling good? No. A babbling brook? Yes, babbling brook. Good job. And one more word, last row, the sound a dog makes. See if you can find it. Have a look. Woof. Okay, great work. Time now for you to get your pen and paper again. It should be right next to you. Slide that in front and we're going to spell some words together using our O sound. So write that at the top of your page. Double O says O in book. Our first word is wool. We got some wool from the sheep. Wool. Say it with me. Wool. Woo. Oo. Ool. Ha! They're tricky words to say, aren't they? Tricky sounds, I mean. Let's say it again. W. Oo. Ool. W. Oo. Ool. You have a go at writing wool. W. Oo. Ool. Wool. Give yourselves a tick or fix it if you need to. Our next word is good. Say it with me. Good. Good. Let's sound out the word g, u, d. G, u, d. You have a go at writing that without me. See how you go. G, u, d. Give you a little minute. I'm going to write it very slowly. Say it out loud. G, u, d. Give yourselves a tick if it looks like mine. Our next word is look. Look. Say the word with me. Look. U, u, k. U, u, k. U, u, k. You have a go at writing look. U, u, k. Look. Give yourselves a tick. And our last word is foot. Say it with me. Foot. Let's say the sounds. F, u, t. U, t. You have a go at writing foot. U, t. Good job. Great spelling. Time for us to do some fluency reading together. Let's read this sentence together. Here is the crook. Crook. Here is the crook that took the book. So I can see our new digraph 3 times. Let's read that again slowly. Here is the crook that took the book. Now, if we saw a crook that took the book, how would we be feeling? A little bit angry, a little bit disappointed. So let's read that together as if we're sounding a little bit angry and a little bit disappointed. Are you ready? Here is the crook that took the book. Can you read it like that? Let's go. Here is the crook that took the book. One more time, a little bit more quickly. Here is the crook that took the book. Oh, we're not happy with him, are we? Or her. Let's have a look at our next sentence. I had a good look. I had a good look at the fish on the hook. Let's read that again. I had a good look at the fish on the hook. More fluently, I had a good look at the fish on the hook. I read that like I was a little bit interested because I want to have a good look. You ready? You read it with me. I had a good look at the fish on the hook. One more time, more fluently. I had a good look at the fish on the hook. Great reading. You have done such a fantastic job today. It's time now for our pen and paper because I'm going to give you a sentence and we're going to write it together. Double O says O, digraph. So here's the sentence. I have a cookbook to look at. I have a cookbook to look at. Let's see if you can say that with me. I have a cookbook to look at. Let's count the words. I have a cookbook to look at. Whoa, that's a lot of words. That's 8 words. Let's see how we go. So when we start our sentence, we always need a capital letter. Who's the sentence about? It's about me. So I'm going to start the letter with I. I have something. I have a cookbook to look at. Can you say that with me? I have a cookbook. I have a cookbook. They're nearly the same. Ook, but ook. I have a cookbook to look. It's nearly the same again. Look at. And at the end of my sentence, I need a full stop. Let's have a look. I have a cookbook to look at. Lovely. Do you like looking at cookbooks? Maybe you could have a look at a cookbook this afternoon and ask someone at home to have a read and look at some of the pictures together. So today we learnt our new digraph. Double O says O in book, and it looks exactly the same as our double O says oo in moon. I was tricking you. Okay, let's do a little bit of skywriting. O says O in book. O says O in book. One more. O says O in book. Great job. Time to see your homework. What I'd like you to do, in a minute you'll get a nice image of this picture. I'd like you to read each of the words and then write them down. So when you see book, you can say book, book, and then do your dots and dashes, book. I'd like you to do that for all of the words. When you've finished, get another piece of paper and you can write the sentence, I had a good look at the fish on my hook. And then draw a picture because I'd love to see it tomorrow. I hope you've had as much fun as I have, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you later, alligator. Bye.